Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another cross country season here at Northern Heights High School. I'm going to go ahead and do another online parents and runners meeting. It seemed to work pretty well last year. I had pretty good feedback to it, and it saves all of you guys time at open house. So we're going to go ahead and jump into things. We are officially 1 week away from the 2019 cross country season. Practice starts next Monday, August 19th at Northern Heights at 3:30. That is for volleyball and football as well. There will be busing provided by the district because it's the week that school starts. So keep an eye out for that. I believe information on the busing was given out at enrollment. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and call the district office and they should be able to get you taken care of. For the runners, I really encourage you guys to start spending time outside now. It is not going to get any less hot and humid in the next week. Temperatures might drop a couple degrees, but it is still August in Kansas, so it's going to be very warm. If you have not been running or spending time outside this summer, start spending time outside now. Get more acclimated to this heat and humidity. Otherwise, next week is going to be rough. There will be practices on Saturday every single week. This cross-country season, they will be at the Orchard every Saturday at 8 a.m. Excuse me. Those practices are not necessarily mandatory, but they are strongly encouraged. We will be doing workouts at those practices that we won't have time for during the week. They are beneficial, and it's nice to get out on some grass instead of gravel every now and then. So please try to make those practices. Like I said, they will be every Saturday at the Orchard at 8 in the morning. I will be there, rain or shine. If it's lightning, we'll come up with something else. The big thing I want to talk about today is shoes. This is a conversation I have with parents and runners every single year. Please, 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 parents and runners, do what you can to start this season with a new pair of running shoes. They do not have to be wildly expensive. You don't need to go out and spend $100 on a pair of running shoes. There are really great options from Reebok, Asics, New Balance, that are between $45 and $55 that will more than carry you through the season. This season, our high school runners will be logging anywhere from 250 to 350, 400 miles on their shoes just at practices and meets. So you really need to start with a new pair of shoes. Some of our higher level athletes might even need to get a new pair of shoes during the season, depending on how quickly they wear out. Another thing I would ask is that you please keep your cross-country shoes specifically for cross-country practice and cross-country meets if you wear your running shoes at meets. Again, I'm a fan of wearing spikes at meets. They give you a little bit more traction, especially if it's a little wet, as some of our meets are wont to be. But try to really only wear your cross-country shoes for cross-country. Don't wear them in freshman PE. Don't wear them in your weights class. Don't wear them to school. They are running shoes for running. They are an investment. Please take care of your investment as much as you can. If you guys have any questions about shoe recommendations or anything like that, please shoot me an email, landswithm@usd251.org. I will be more than happy to answer any of your questions. This year, we will be having practices during the week at the park in Allen and also at the Orchard. Our pre-meet practices will always be at the Orchard. And I believe through September and most of October, we'll be spending at least 1 day a week in Allen. Students who are able to drive can fill out a student transport sheet with Miss Arns in the office to drive themselves to and from practice. It's the same rules as last year. It worked pretty well for going to the Orchard last year. It's the same that baseball and softball kids have to go through if they want to drive themselves to practice. Students who have this form on file can drive their vehicle only with no passengers directly to and from practice after school. There are no exceptions to that. It's a big insurance liability if there are any variances within that arrangement. So it is an option. Otherwise, students will have to ride the bus. It's usually John Price's bus will take us either to Allen or the Orchard right after school. And then they will have to take school transportation back to Northern Heights if they don't have one of those sheets on file. And again, you cannot give rides to any other students, even students who are not on the cross-country team. It's not okay. As far as meets, cross-country meets this year. Again, I really encourage all of you athletes and parents to not leave a meet early. I understand that sometimes there are outside circumstances that we cannot control, but just like you wouldn't leave a football game early, you wouldn't leave a volleyball game early, try and stay and support the rest of your teammates, especially if there are any medals that are won at the meet. Outside of that, parents do feel free to sign your students out with the bus driver. I believe this year it will be Christy Godino. Ellen Wamser has retired, so she will not be driving us to and from our meets. But if that changes, I will let everybody know. Snacks and drinks. I will have a sign-up sheet for the meet, snacks and drinks at Open House next Monday night. That is 6:30 at Northern Heights. Please feel free to stop by. Mrs. Fort will have some good information for the school year, as will Mrs. Woodrow, I believe. So I do encourage you guys to all stop by with that. It is not required for any family or any parents to sign up to bring snacks or drinks to a meet. The kids really do appreciate it. It's a great thing. Don't feel pressured, but it is very, very appreciated when parents do. So thank you in advance for that. I think that is pretty well it. I have practice and meet calendars printed off. I've got teammate handbooks printed off. Those will be distributed next Monday at the first day of practice. If there's any other information that I've missed, I will give that out next Monday, the first day of practice too. There is a Remind group for Northern Heights Cross Country this year. Give me just 1 second. I will check the Remind code for that because I don't remember it off the top of my head. The code is NHCC19, so NHCC19 is the code for this year's Remind group. Parents and athletes, please, please, please join that Remind group. I will be sending out meet information as well as who signed up for snacks. And if there's any changes to any practice or meet schedules, I will post it on our team Facebook page. So if you're on Facebook, that's where this video will be. I will also email it out to people. Keep updated there. We've got a team Twitter page and also the Remind group. And like I said, if you ever have any questions, feel free to email me at my school email address. It's landsworthm@usd251.org. I think that's it. I'm really excited to see everybody next week at practice. I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves. I hope you all had a great summer, and we'll see you next week. Thanks.